I saw this wonderful video that a guy was doing about the French Revolution, and I'll try and repost it. I'm still not very good at TikTok, but I'll try and repost it. So if anybody wants to go see it, I thought it was pretty cool. But he was giving the synopsis of the French Revolution, which was, hey, we're going to get rid of the king, and then so a bunch of rich people took over. Then it's like, no, we need to get rid of the rich people, and so on. And it just sort of goes down from there, right? This is just kind of how these things tend to go. When everybody starts saying, hey, I want more money, and like, we got rid of the rich people, now we should all be rich. Let me just explain for my commie followers. I think that my commie followers, above all followers, need to probably understand this better than probably the other people. My true believers out there, I'm just going to tell you, when you get rid of the rich, you don't become rich yourself. It's not Highlander. Okay, there can be like it's not like that. It doesn't work like that. You don't absorb their richness because you got rid of the rich people. That's not how that works. Okay, just because you eat the rich doesn't mean you gain their soul. Okay, it's just not how any of that works. That's because most of the so-called rich are fake. It's a lie. Most of it's a con. I don't know if you guys know this or not. I've done other videos in the past on this, but I think I'm going to really pinpoint this because I think that above all, my commie followers probably really need to hear this the most. Most of the so-called rich that are out there, well, they've got billions of dollars. Yes, first of all, it's all on paper. Second, it's dollars, which means it doesn't really have any value anywhere other than to other rich people and to poor people who owe dollars. So if you got rid of all the rich people, let's say that you ate the rich, okay? Follow the logic, okay? So you ate the rich, you got rid of all of them. Congratulations, awesome. A for effort. And by the way, bon appetit. I don't really care, but don't delude yourself into thinking, okay, great, we're gonna be rich too now. No, because all of those debts go with them, which means that now all of those poor people no longer owe them any dollars. Now I'm okay with that. But then you're like, okay, great, now we can do something great for society. Okay, how do you do that? Right? You don't have any way to pay anybody. You have no way to incentivize them. And if they don't owe you anything, they have really no reason to work for you. The Soviets ran into this problem. They're like, I am telling comrades to work, but they don't work. Yeah, that's they pretend to pay us, we pretend to work, kind of thing. Like, that's where all of this inevitably goes. Like, this is the problem. Rich isn't, I don't want to say rich is a state of mind because it's really not. A lot of it's just a con. A lot of it is. It's like, think about it. If you put yourself in this position, commie followers, and anybody else who makes it this far, if you, and I've said this before, if you had $1 billion today, let's say that I just bestowed upon you $1 billion, poof, it's in your bank account. You don't owe any taxes. It's just yours. That's the net. That's what you have. Would you spend the rest of your life trying to figure out how to make more money? Probably not. You'd probably do what like 99% of other people out here in the pleb world would do, which is go do something fun with your life. You'd be like, oh man, I can actually afford a house. I can maybe build a nice custom home or something. Like, okay, great. As long as you can have any lifestyle you want, as long as you're willing to maintain it. So I would advise you against building like $1 billion house and then having no way to maintain said $1 billion house because it's all you had. So let's say that you were conservative and you built, I don't know, a $10 million house. That's still one hell of a house. Almost anywhere in the country, that's still one very nice place. So let's say you did that. Okay, and then you have other stuff that you could go do. In other words, you're probably not going to be preoccupied with how can I go and make a bunch more money. The reason why you see all these billionaires that are constantly in front of the news, that are constantly in front of cameras, that are constantly hyping and hustling something, is because they owe billions upon billions of dollars to those who lent them these dollars. So yeah, I mean, if you get rid of all those folks, it's like all of that need for those billions of dollars goes away. Okay, I mean, is that making sense? It's debt. It's a debt-based currency. Well, how do we get around the debt-based currency? Now you're asking the right questions. Well, you have hard money. Here's the problem. Again, this is the problem that my commie followers have. The only way that then you can get people to do anything for you is to either inspire them or threaten them. That's it. And of course, what do historically we know that happens? It isn't usually inspiration. It's usually the other thing. It's usually, threat of, well, take a few of them out in the street, right? And unalive them, and that will motivate others. That's usually what ends up happening. So you know what I'm saying? It's like your civilization, the idea of, and it doesn't make any difference who I'm talking to. This could be anybody out there who has their vision of what society should look like. You either inspire people or you threaten them. That's it. Or you can indebt them, but which is basically a threat. It's a threat of you're going to be impoverished if you don't continue to do this. This is the China model, basically. If your socialist credit score drops too low, then you're going to be sleeping on the streets. Yeah. So, or you could just not do something like that and be an inspiration. And of course, how do you inspire people? You lead by example. That means that you have to do all the stuff that you claim you want everybody else to do. This is a tough one for some of you. I don't want to install toilets. I don't want to deal with a wax gasket. Yeah, so I don't know what to tell you. Right? You either inspire people because you're willing to lead by example, or you're just going to go right down the same path of history that every other despot goes.